Hey, it's Jordan. I am joined by an Amazon worker who works in a New Jersey warehouse. This warehouse is, I believe, one of the biggest in the country for Amazon. We're obviously going to keep this worker's identity hidden to protect their employment. But I have been getting messages from workers in many warehouses around the country as the coronavirus spreads and Amazon's protection of its workers, let's just say, is lacking. So let me ask you, what has been your experience so far as you work there? Would you say that their response has been adequate, or and my understanding is they have not provided masks. They've enforced some social distancing, but it doesn't really seem to work. What have they done to protect workers?
At first they really did nothing. Now they've started to do a little bit. They have added 5 minutes to the break time. It was a 15-minute break, and now it's 20. There are no gloves. There are no masks. Inside the building, we can respect the 2-meter distance, but in the bathrooms, it's simply not possible. In the break time, there are many different working categories in the building. There are pickers. There are the people who do stow. There are the packers. The breaks at the same time. We all find ourselves packed into the bathroom, nose to nose, spread illness in the bathroom. In the lunchroom, they've now made an effort to provide distance. It was just last week. Last week, they started to try to make some distance in the cafeteria, but before that, there was nothing. But in the bathroom, it's very complicated because we're really crowded. To clarify about the gloves, there are gloves that they give you to do picking. They're sort of work gloves, but you use them for the whole day. It's not gloves for a sanitary purpose, and you're not changing them. You're just using the same ones. But the right kind of gloves that could keep us from spreading the disease, there are none like that.
With coworkers that he speaks to, is he speaking with anyone that is feeling any symptoms, but they don't want to go home because they won't be paid?
If you're officially quarantined and you're diagnosed with corona, they will give you 2 weeks of sick pay, and they have told you not to come to work if you're sick. But if you just feel sick and you stay home and you're not diagnosed, then it's not clear that they would pay you or even that you would keep your job.
And is he seeing anyone at work that is feeling sick but working through it because they don't want to? They need they need to get paid.
There are a lot of people there if you see them. Even before there was the issue of the coronavirus, you would see people coming to work who you would look at them and think that person is sick, but they just keep coming to work. Before this week, they had no screening. This week, they've started to take temperatures after having. So as of the 27th, they had 4 confirmed cases, and between then and now, the workers were hoping that they would close the building even just for a day to really clean all of it at one time to make sure that it was clean. But just until now, that hasn't been done. So they've done the ordinary cleaning, but they haven't closed it down to really disinfect it, and so just even till now, you're not really sure if it's clean. In the lunchroom, they're all using the same microwaves. They're all using the same facilities. So even if they're not sitting together, they're all touching the same thing. There used to be something, but it's actually broken down, and he could send you a photo of it not working. It's still not working. He wishes that they would put some soap and water there, or at least some alcohol so you could disinfect your hands before touching the microwave, but there's still nothing there.
What does it say to you that Amazon is owned by the richest man on earth and you do not have masks and, according to you, proper soap, sanitizer, there's not a full cleaning going on? Again, the richest man on earth, and this stuff hasn't been provided.
You have to understand that 80% of the people who work there are immigrants. And the further proof of that is what happened at the JFK facility, where the guy demanded that it be cleaned and they fired him. So what he said is, what's clear is that he doesn't care about them, and this is exemplified by what happened at JFK. And in his situation, he's not as insecure, so he could simply stay home and lose his job. But he goes to work and he takes the risk because he understands that he's also supporting the people who, for reasons of their health or for reasons of trying to reduce the virus, they're stuck at home. And so he's there to help those people and to support them. He's willing to sacrifice himself, and he knows that there's some risk, but he's willing to do it. But it's not for Jeff Bezos, and it's not for the money. It's for the people who are receiving the product.
And my understanding is, the Amazon workers are declared an essential workforce, but you still are putting together packages that are certainly not essential, including, if somebody orders some type of toy for intimacy, you're sending that. Do you think Amazon should be providing things that are not essential, meaning you have your normal number of workers coming in for things that are not essential during a deadly pandemic?
For him, sincerely, he really wishes they would stick to the essentials. When he's there and he's picking soap and alcohol and masks and gloves and other items that are essentials for day to day, it gives him a lot of pleasure because he knows that he is helping people. For the rest of it, it's what the boss tells them to do. He doesn't have the choice. So he has to do it. Everything is mixed together. But for him, no, he would rather that they stuck to the essential items.
And my last question is, does he think that Amazon should shut down its warehouses right now, or at least have a drastically reduced workforce at daily cleanings and obviously provide masks, gloves, and all those things?
It would be much better if they reduced the number of workers and the number of hours and just the essentials, the essentials, the essentials. And then after coronavirus, we'll pick it all back up. We'll send you whatever you want.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
He says he congratulates you for what you're doing to reduce the spread of the virus, that he can, and one thing I forgot to translate earlier, he was saying if they don't do something soon, the entire building would be, in a month, the entire building will be down sick if they don't do something to reduce the caseload. So he was congratulating you for reducing the caseload.
Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.